In Dare to Lead, Brave Work. Tough Conversations. Whole Hearts, Dr. Brené Brown presents a radical yet deeply human approach to leadership that challenges conventional wisdom and encourages leaders to embrace vulnerability, courage, and emotional intelligence. Drawing on years of research and personal experience, Brown explores how leaders can cultivate a culture of trust, foster innovation, and lead with integrity in environments that often prioritize performance and results over well-being and authenticity. In a world where leadership is often equated with power, authority, and control, Dare to Lead offers a refreshing perspective. True leadership, according to Brown, is about connection, courage, and vulnerability. It's about showing up as your whole self and leading with your heart, not just your mind. Through this book, Brown invites leaders, from CEOs to team managers, educators to community leaders, to embrace their imperfections, engage in tough conversations, and create environments where people feel safe to innovate, make mistakes, and grow. The foundation of courageous leadership. One of the central themes in Dare to Lead is the concept of courageous leadership. Brown argues that leadership is not about having all the answers or being infallible. Instead, it is about embracing vulnerability and being willing to show up, even when you don't have all the answers. This requires bravery, the courage to take risks, face discomfort, and tackle tough challenges with an open heart and a willingness to fail. Brown's research on vulnerability has shown that leaders who are willing to be vulnerable foster greater trust, creativity, and resilience within their teams. She writes that, vulnerability is not winning or losing, it's having the courage to show up and be seen when we have no control over the outcome. In a world that often sees vulnerability as a weakness, Brown flips the script, showing that it is actually a powerful tool for connection and growth. For leaders, this means embracing the discomfort that comes with uncertainty, asking for help when needed, and being honest about mistakes and failures. Brown explains that the bravest leaders are the ones who dare to be imperfect, to show their humanity, and to engage authentically with others. Building trust through connection. Another key pillar of Brown's approach is the importance of trust in leadership. In Dare to Lead, she emphasizes that trust is the foundation of any successful relationship, whether personal or professional. She introduces the concept of armored leadership, in which leaders protect themselves and avoid vulnerability, and contrasts it with daring leadership, in which leaders intentionally show up and take risks in order to build trust and foster connection. Brown explains that trust is built through consistent, small actions that demonstrate reliability, openness, and care. She highlights the importance of showing up, following through on commitments, and being transparent with your team. As she puts it, trust is earned in the smallest of moments, and it is through these moments that leaders build strong, resilient teams. Leaders who build trust also create psychological safety, an environment where people feel comfortable sharing ideas, taking risks, and making mistakes. Brown argues that trust, when nurtured, leads to better collaboration, greater innovation, and a culture of openness that is essential for growth and progress. Trust, in Brown's view, is not just a feeling, it's a critical skill that leaders must develop and nurture through their actions and choices. The power of vulnerability in leadership. One of the most profound lessons in Dare to Lead is Brown's exploration of vulnerability in leadership. Brown defines vulnerability as the courage to show up and be seen, even when the outcome is uncertain. For many leaders, this concept feels counterintuitive because vulnerability is often associated with weakness, failure, or exposure. However, Brown's research reveals that vulnerability is not a liability but a strength that enables leaders to build deeper relationships, foster innovation, and create cultures of trust. In the book, she emphasizes that leaders who embrace vulnerability are able to connect deeply with their teams, create more inclusive environments, and encourage authentic communication. This is especially crucial in tough or challenging situations, such as giving feedback, having difficult conversations, or navigating uncertainty. By showing vulnerability, leaders signal that it is okay to make mistakes and that the team's well-being matters more than maintaining a facade of perfection. Brown provides tools for leaders to engage in vulnerable leadership, such as practicing empathy, sharing personal experiences, and being honest about what they don't know. She argues that vulnerability is essential for creating a culture where people feel safe to bring their full selves to work and to take creative risks without fear of judgment. The importance of tough conversations. A significant portion of Dare to Lead is dedicated to how leaders can engage in tough conversations that are difficult, uncomfortable, or emotionally charged. Brown argues that leaders must be equipped with the skills to navigate these conversations with empathy, courage, and a focus on learning and growth. Tough conversations are a natural part of leadership, whether they involve providing constructive feedback, addressing conflict, or discussing difficult issues like diversity, equity, and inclusion. Brown provides a roadmap for these conversations, emphasizing the importance of staying curious, listening actively, and approaching the conversation with an open heart. She highlights that, rather than avoiding or suppressing difficult conversations, effective leaders must lean into them. The ability to have tough conversations with grace and compassion is a hallmark of great leadership. Leaders who avoid or suppress tough conversations create environments of fear, resentment, and disengagement. Conversely, those who approach these conversations with a mindset of learning and collaboration create opportunities for growth, understanding, and innovation. The role of empathy and emotional intelligence. Another major theme in Dare to Lead is the role of empathy and emotional intelligence in leadership. Brown explains that effective leaders must not only understand their own emotions but also be attuned to the emotions of those around them. This ability to empathize with others is essential for building connection, trust, and collaboration within teams. Empathy involves actively listening to others, understanding their perspectives, and responding with care and consideration. Brown stresses that empathy is not about solving problems or offering quick solutions, rather, it is about being present with someone in their struggle, offering understanding, and creating space for their emotions. This is particularly important in leadership, as it helps to foster an environment where team members feel heard, valued, and supported. Brown argues that leaders who are emotionally intelligent are better equipped to handle challenges, inspire their teams, and navigate difficult situations with grace. They create work cultures where people feel psychologically safe to express themselves, take risks, and innovate. Living into your values. One of the most powerful aspects of Dare to Lead is Brown's emphasis on the importance of living into your values as a leader. She believes that values are the compass that guide a leader's decisions, actions, and behavior. Leaders who are clear about their values and consistently align their actions with those values inspire trust and respect from their teams. Brown provides a framework for identifying and articulating your core values, which she calls Braving the Wilderness, an invitation to be authentic, vulnerable, and true to what you stand for. She argues that values-driven leadership is the foundation of ethical, sustainable leadership and helps leaders navigate tough situations with integrity. When leaders live into their values, they create a culture of accountability and transparency that encourages others to do the same. Conclusion: living calmly in a busy world. In The Things You Can See Only When You Slow Down, Heyman Sunim offers a gentle, yet powerful guide to slowing down and finding peace in a chaotic world. His teachings are accessible, relatable, and profoundly practical. Through mindfulness, self-compassion, and a deep appreciation for the present moment, Sunim shows us how to navigate life with greater calm, clarity, and joy. At its heart, the book is a call to live intentionally, to embrace life as it is, without the pressure to constantly strive for more. Sunim reminds us that when we slow down, we are able to see life more clearly, its beauty, its impermanence, and its many small miracles. By cultivating stillness in our hearts, we create the space for true peace to emerge. Whether you are looking to reduce stress, deepen your relationships, or simply find a sense of balance in a busy world, The Things You Can See Only When You Slow Down offers timeless wisdom and practical guidance for living a more mindful, compassionate life. In the end, the book is a reminder that, amid the noise and rush of life, the most important things are often the ones we can only see when we take the time to slow down and truly look.